Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are
Hi,
doing
good afternoon.
good afternoon. So, we are welcome to the event of today, the Young and Purposeful Career Mic. And this session would be moderated by Alan. Alan, please, can you unmute and take over from here?
Thank you very much, Mercy. Welcome, everyone. Please confirm that you can hear me. Okay, thank you very much. We'll be waiting for others to join before we can continue. So please, as you join the call, make sure that your mic is muted. We'll have time for questions and all of the concerns on whatever questions or concerns that we have. Thank you.
I think we can go ahead with starting now, right? A number of people have joined the call, so we don't keep our speakers and the audience waiting. Alan, please, can you go ahead?
Okay, so we can start. Thank you very much. So please, I'll be introducing. So the next on the agenda is safety brief by Emmanuel. Emmanuel, please, are you on the call? Please get started.
Okay, yes, I'm on the call. Good
Okay,
evening, everyone. Trust you can all hear me.
so we can hear you.
Okay, that's great. Good day again, once again, everyone. Before we kindly continue with the other activities that we have today, we have to kindly observe the following safety guidelines for this session. Firstly, please ensure that your microphones are muted when you're not speaking. So that others will be able to hear, please ensure your microphones are muted when you're not speaking to ensure you observe total decorum. And if you have a question or you want to contribute, please just kindly raise your hands. If you have a question or you want to contribute, just kindly raise your hand. And please use the chat box respectfully and maintain proper etiquette at all times. Use the chat box and maintain proper etiquette at all times. And if you are using a headset, maybe you're in your office or you are in a quite noisy environment, please ensure that you can still hear the important alerts like the fire alarm. It's very important so that you understand your environment and you're sure that you're quite safe. Always stay at alert at anywhere you are, your environment, be very cautious of the environment and surroundings. And above all, my fellow brothers and sisters, please stay safe. You can go on. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Emmanuel. The next on our agenda is the welcome address by Mr. Chisom. Over to you, Mr. Chisom Okoye.
Hi, Barry. Hi, everybody. Hi, Alan on the call. Good afternoon from across Africa. It's a pleasure to be here to really talk to you. Please confirm that you can hear me loud and clear.
We can hear you, Mr. Chisom Okoye.
Okay, like I did say, I like to give my speeches not with the slides, because I believe that what we do with DSP and as young people should always be right within our reach and also very simplified. A few stories down the line for the YPM, the program that we are attending today, as I like to call it, or as we had named it, is a program where we have diverse views from young people who are succeeding and still making strive to succeed. And why I said succeeding and making strive to succeed is because we are not definitely seeing ourselves below a certain expectations. And when we carry that sort of mindset, what happens is that we then now look at the current challenges as something that we can not just surpass, but set new records to get better at. And it is my very single honor to welcome my brothers from Tanzania, from Chad, from Kenya, and a host of other countries in Africa. It couldn't have been better with you guys here. And I want to say thank you. And while we have a very fruitful and very, very concrete deliberation, part of all of the deliberations is to have a summary note on a PDF file for us where we can always reference and even keep in our rooms, more like very, very, very short quotes from all of the conversations today that you hear. We are enough. We are going to succeed together. And trust me, we are also going to have fun and build our world together. Thank you very much. And let's have a very fruitful deliberation. Thank you once again. Over to you, Alan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chisom. Okay, so moving on to the next on our agenda, the speakers' profiles. On our list, we have Omoluabi Ekeogene. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. He's a petroleum engineer. He's an engineer. He's engineer Okeogene Omoluabi is an energy professional, production operations specialist, and industry volunteer dedicated to advancing advancing operational excellence and leadership development within Africa's energy sector. He currently functions at the heart of the production operations of Nigeria LNG Limited, where he plays a key role in his HSSE critical plant operations, turnaround maintenance coordination, and process optimization initiatives that improve safety, efficiency, and environmental performance. His work includes driving continuous improvement programs and operational innovations that enhance plant reliability and reduce flaring. Okeogene holds a master's degree in gas engineering as well as a bachelor's degree in higher national diploma in petroleum engineering, completed by numerous professionals and technical trainings across Europe and Africa. These experiences position him as an emerging leader within the energy industry, sorry. He's a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, and the Society of Petroleum Engineers. He is passionate about national development, energy sustainability, and empowering youth professionals to lead the future of the energy industry. Mercy, please, can you move to the next?
Good evening, everyone. I'm supposed to come in here, right? Joy.
No, not yet.
All right. Thank you for
Apologies, Mr. Omoluabi. Yes, you are meant to come in here. Apologies, there's a mix-up somewhere. This is
Okay.
where you're meant to come in. Please, you have the stage. Thank you very much. Please, let's show our reactions by using the thumbs up or something to welcome Mr. Okeogene. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, too, for having me. It's my pleasure. I hope you can hear me and you can see me.
Yes, we can. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
we can.
Yeah. May I appreciate Chisom, my brother and friend, for the opportunity extended to me and the entire Abuja section leadership, as well as young professionals across Africa who have put this event together. It's a privilege for me to be here speaking to you today. And I intend to pour my heart out within the short time given to me. Yeah. So thank you very much. I would like to share the slide that I have, talk through the top points I have mentioned in this slide. Hope I can share. You want to stop sharing so I can share?
Yes, I'll do that now. I'm on it.
All right. Thank you.
Tools.
Okay, you can see my slide now, right?
Yes, we can. Thank
Okay,
you.
so I remember when this young and purposeful career Mike started. I think that was sometime last year or 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And I see it as a very, very important and valuable activity program put together to, help the voiceless youth find themselves, give purpose to, the young lives that we have across Africa, thanks to the guys who bettered this initiative. I don't have too much time. I'll just dive directly into what we have for today. What we want to talk about is purpose-driven innovation. That's the theme for today's program. Of course, you must have heard over and over again that it is no longer enough to be skilled. Your skills these days can be, what you can do these days, most of it can be done by AI already. So what other thing do you have that you can bring to the table? How does it differentiate? What's the differentiator? How does all of your skills and capabilities get connected to making impact or delivering value? Those are some of the things we will touch on today very briefly because I have very short time to talk through. Yeah, so the digital roughneck and innovation driven by purpose. That's what we're talking about. So first of all, my question to us today is, who is a roughneck? I would think that many of us on call today are petroleum engineers and a few others engineers as well. Yeah, so if we take the context of a roughneck, and if I want to talk through, I'll tell us that a roughneck is that new man on the rig floor who goes about doing many of the, in quotes, menial jobs on the rig floor to ensure that the drilling program that has been written by the driller or two pusher is carried out to the letter. He's in charge of housekeeping, he's in charge of putting the pipes together on the rack, connecting them, going down hole. If we're going to chip out of hole, he's also on the rig floor trying to pull out, disconnecting, checking and inspecting the bottom hole too, and all of that is the man that is on the shop floor. So I think I'd rather call him the shop floor man. So that's the roughneck. So what makes him digital? Now, many years back, the roughneck is that man who just does all of those, laborious activities in a manual form. But on today's rig floor, and many rig floors, you'd see that the roughneck has a lot of data to work with, and he's trying to predict what can go wrong before it actually gets wrong from a set of data. So the digital roughneck is that man who works with data, who works with systems, who tries to innovate beyond what it used to be back in the day. And the question that comes to mind is, what drives the innovation? Now, today, what we'll be looking at very specially is if the man who has purpose is a roughneck, how does that differentiate him? The man who has purpose, how does it differentiate him from the roughneck who does not have purpose? Yeah, first of all, I'll just skip through this. We know that being young is an advantage, gives us that flexibility to adapt to changes, makes us curious. We have the courage and boldness to take on tasks, to take on challenges. We have access to huge amounts of knowledge and tools. Our growth is intentional as young people, and very importantly, I like to mention and let us know that in Africa, we have the across the globe, Africa has the youngest population, and that really puts us at a vantage position. We have abundance of resources, and then we have a very young population. So over 70% of our population is under 30. You don't have it that way anywhere around the world, and that gives us an advantage. Digital skills, of course, are the new oil. We all know that. Skip through that, and this is where I would like to dwell more. Purpose is the differentiator. The man who has purpose and the man who does not have purpose, even if both of them try to innovate, there's always that difference. One quote I've always known is that, yes, you get your job by the skills that you display, the competencies that you show. When you have digital knowledge and you're trying to innovate, it gives you relevance over others. But what really makes the impact is purpose. What delivers the value is purpose. Now, if we are to talk about purpose, please, if my time is getting close to like 2-3 minutes left, let me know so that I'll go to the very important things I have for today. If I talk about purpose, we want to mention what purpose helps us achieve. Purpose helps us stay focused and organized on our clear goals. And it helps us to also reduce distractions. Now, I remember some 10 to 11 years ago, I was faced with the dilemma of accepting 2 jobs. I got 2 jobs almost the same time. Long story though. One came first. The second one was the one that came second. The offer that came second was the one I wanted to go for. But the first one that came offered to take me on training to Europe. I took the offer, I went to Europe, but I had the intent that if the second offer requests me to start, I would very likely, come back to Nigeria and start the second offer because it was my choice company at the time. Yeah, so, but when the second offer came, I had to sit down to think through what I really want. And I had to make my choice based on my purpose, my life purpose. When my bio was being read, the last sentence there says, I'm passionate about national development. And I checked the vision statement of these 2 companies, and I saw that the vision statement of the company I finally chose, the first company that gave the offer, it ends with towards a better Nigeria. And that was what made me accept the offer. So I tried to tie my choice making, I try to tie what I want to do to the purpose, what drives me, what gives me fulfillment at the end of the day. And if we're not going to take anything out of today's engagement, we should try to take this statement that purpose is the differentiator and purpose gives impact and value. Another thing that purpose helps us do, it helps us prioritize and strategize. Now,
So
there's a lot of
3 minutes left, please.
Okay, there's a lot of distractions all around. And if you don't have purpose, you'll be darting around. The roughneck on the drilling floor has to prioritize his work to say, okay, I have 10 tasks, but what are we trying to achieve in today's job on the rig floor? So that helps him to prioritize. But if he does not have that purpose in mind, at the end of the day, he darts around doing the 10 tasks. And at the end of the day, he's not able to make any valuable impact. At the end of the day, his bosses just see him as somebody is working hard, but he's not strategic, he's not achieving anything. Purpose helps us to improve the quality of our decisions, helps us to build consistency. So another thing that purpose helps us to do is you're trying to achieve something, you know your purpose is tied to that thing. It fails. Sometimes when it fails and you are not a very purposeful person, you tend to want to face other things. You tend to want to do other things. But if you're a very purposeful person, if you have that purpose in your mind, I think when someone speaking earlier, he mentioned that we could put some of these things by our bedside and look at them. Maybe that one of those things is your purpose, your vision, and your mission. So when you have that purpose at the back of your mind, it helps you stick on, it helps you focus, it helps you drive on, it helps you to be consistent to say, this brick, this wall, I'm going to pull it down and I'll achieve my purpose. So you don't get distracted by other things, you just stay focused. It helps you increase your resilience, tied to what I just explained. It attracts the right opportunities for you. The story I just gave, you would see that I took the right opportunity because I had my purpose, at the top of my mind. It turns work into influence for you, actually, and not just output. I believe we understand that. Now, for us to stay purposeful, what are some of those things that we need to do? Number one, we need to invest in ourselves. How do we invest in ourselves? We need to learn continuously, build competence, and stay ahead of the curve. So if you are someone with purpose, you're always looking and asking yourself, what is there to be achieved? What do I need to do next? What are the requirements for me to stay ahead? And then you can chase it relentlessly. Another thing is to build relationship, have mentors. There's no denying the fact that mentorship can help you a great deal. Then have peers who connect to your purpose or who help you connect to your purpose. Have that professional capital and your growth network, which is something that we do in SP. The third thing I would say is try to solve problems. Think beyond the task. They have asked you to go and do 10 tasks. At the end of the day, how does all of these 10 tasks connect to solving the problem? So think of the problem that is meant to be solved by the task. Solving that problem connects you to your purpose. So when you are purposeful, it helps you, to solve problems, to add value, and to innovate consistently. So you're not just darting around innovations. You're not just darting around creativities. You are doing the innovation in a purposeful way to add value and to make impact. I guess I have not exceeded my time. I'll drop it here and join other people who would be engaged in the panel session. Remember, you are all future leaders. I encourage you, African youth, to be bold, excellent, and intentional. Be prepared and always be purposeful. The opportunities are massive. Let no one deceive you. The opportunities are massive in Africa, and let's take them on and be great. Thank you very much. I'll drop it here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okiogene. Please, can you stop sharing so Messi can share her screen? Thank you.
Okay, I'll do that, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for that insightful session. Please, can you confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Thank you, Messi. Okay, moving on to the panel session. Here we'll be having a discussion, and at the end of the session, we'll be taking questions. So if you have any questions, do well to drop it in the comment box where we'll be answering the questions at the end of the session. The first here is Kelvin Ayisi, a petroleum engineer. Kelvin Ofori Ayisi is a petroleum engineering graduate from the University of Mines and Technology, UMAT, Ghana, with practical experience in asset integrity, inspection, and energy operations. He currently works as an engineering technical assistant at Zelco Engineering Services, where he supports pressure vessel inspections, non-destructive testing, NDT, and technical project coordination across industrial environments, including international field deployments. Kelvin has also contributed to energy research, co-authoring a publication focused on improving oil well cement using both coconut fiber and fiberglass. His professional interests span asset integrity management, sustainable energy practices, and engineering project execution. He's passionate about sharing insights on building purpose-driven careers within the energy sector while advancing both individual and industrial developments. The next on our list is Nalubega Priscilla, a data engineer. Nalubega Priscilla is an oil and gas professional in mode logging, geological surveillance, and real-time drilling data analysis. She works as a data engineer at Excellence Logging, where she improves data quality, integrates drilling and geological data sets, and supports operational decisions. Her work lives where subsurface interpretation meets digital systems. She's building data science and machine learning skills and putting them to use in real field operations. She's also active on the Society of Petroleum Engineers, contributing to knowledge, sharing, and supporting young professionals. She cares about practical innovation and believes digital skills will define who stays relevant in the energy sector. On to the next. We have uh, Sekimi Hassan, Director Spe Chad. Hassan Sekimi is Director of Society of Petroleum Engineers, Spe Chad Session, an independent consultant and the founder of Global Consulting Services, GS. He brings strategic leadership and multidisciplinary expertise in advisory services, project governance, and capacity building across the energy and infrastructure sectors. Through his professional roles, Mr. Sekimi actively collaborates with industry stakeholders, academic institutions, and international professional bodies to promote technical excellence, knowledge exchange, and best practices. His work focuses on supporting sustainable development, organizational performance, and professional growth at both national and regional levels. Mercy, please, can you? Thank you. The next on our list is Dauda Goswill Imera, petroleum engineer. Daudi is a motivated petroleum engineer with a master's degree in oil and natural gas engineering from China University of Petroleum, East China, complemented by strong academic and practical experience across the oil and gas value chain. Skilled in upstream regulations, field engineering, project management, and academia, with hands-on exposure through roles with the Petroleum Upstream Regulatory Authority, PURA, ERCOP, project operations, and industry-based training. He currently serves as a part-time assistant lecturer in natural gas engineering at the University of Dodoma, Udom, with proven ability to deliver technical content, mentor students, and support career development in the energy sector. Demonstrates strong leadership and coordination abilities from experience as a regional project manager and a site engineer with a strong grasp of field operations, safety compliance, and technical evaluations. He's an active leader within the Society of Petroleum Engineers, serving as the assistant program chairperson within the Spe Tanzania session, an active and effective communicator and public speaker with strong analytical and problem-solving skills, passionate about innovation, sustainability, and shaping the future of the energy industry. The next, please. The next on the list, we have Winnie Nganga, energy professional. Winnie Nganga is a recent graduate in petroleum engineering from Nairobi, Kenya, currently pursuing a career path in sales engineering within the energy sector. She's particularly interested in how technical operate engineering solutions connect with commercial applications and how innovation continues to reshape the industry. Her focus lies on understanding the diverse opportunities within the energy space, from technical operations to client-facing solutions, and how they work together to drive value across the sector. She's also actively involved with the Society of Petroleum Engineers, SPE Kenya session, where she engages with a community of young professionals dedicated to advancing knowledge, collaboration, and innovation in the energy industry. Through SPE, she continues to develop her leadership, technical awareness, and industry exposure while contributing to conversations around the future of energy. The next, please. The next on the list, we have Ayotunde Osho, finance professional. Ayotunde Osho is a finance professional, strategic advisor, and emerging thought leader at the intersection of finance, energy, and digital transformation. He brings a multidisciplinary perspective spanning finance management, performance improvement, governance, and business transformation across complex organizations. With experience in with financial reporting, Mercy, thank you. With experience in financial reporting, performance management, and enterprise systems, Ayotunde has been actively involved in driving data-driven decision making, operational efficiency, and strategic alignment within organization. His interests lie in building integrated financial ecosystems, advancing digital finance solutions, and supporting sustainable business practices across Africa's rapidly evolving economic landscape. Mercy?
Apologies for that. Please, can we give all of our speakers a round of applause as we'll be going right into the panel session where we'll be asking all of these amazing speakers questions that we have gathered from our registration. Please, a round of applause, please. And thank you to all of our speakers for granting us this opportunity. So, in going ahead, let's start with Mr. Kelvin from Ghana. Yes. So, sir, in a few minutes, can you please share how you got into the energy industry, and what has it been like going from a student to what challenges did you face, and how did you find direction in the energy industry? Because the whole idea of this conversation is finding purpose. The industry is broad. So how do we find direction in this industry as young professionals? Please, you have the stage, sir. And please, all speakers, please try to keep your answers within the frame of 2 minutes. Thank you very much.
Hello. Hello. Good day, everyone.
Good day, Mr. Kelvin Ofori. We can hear you. Please continue.
Okay, great. Excellent. Yeah, so I thank everyone for giving me the opportunity to be on this panel session. It's really been a great day. Then let's just zoom into it.
So I'm Kelvin with petroleum engineering background. Then currently engineering technical assistant at Zelco. I think last month I went for a field deployment in East Africa. Yeah. So I will start with how I transitioned from being a student to being a working professional. So way back when I was in school, I keep hearing people saying, so after school, what's next? How are you going to get graduate training program? How are you going to get job? So one thing that I did that distinguished me from my colleagues was that I was sending food calls. I was sending food meals. I don't know whether any of you have tried it before. You can just give me a thumbs up. Oh, I'm not getting any thumbs up, so I think excellent, excellent. Yeah. So sending cold calls sometimes it's going to be difficult, it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, but I kept on, I persisted. Yeah. I've seen in the comment section, someone said tried it before. Yeah, sometimes you are going to get a lot of rejections, but trust me, it's going to work because for me, I didn't know anyone in the industry. So that was my only way to get in. And then I also connected to people. Sorry. Then I also connected to people. I got to know people. I got to learn from people. So as a student trying to transition into the industry, try and learn from people, get ideas. Don't sit in your isolated hostel or in your isolated room thinking that help is going to come without you not putting in the effort. Yeah, so let's move on.
Thank you very much for that response, sir. So we'll be going ahead to the next professional.
Okay.
That is Mr.
Let me also add something.
Okay, please go ahead.
Let me also add something. So one thing too that will also distinguish you is that don't sit down and then tell yourself that you are going to get help or someone is going to get you a job. Just start doing something. Just go to the company. Just speak to people. Because one thing that I realized is that if you don't put in the effort, no one is coming to save you. If you don't put in the effort, no one will come out there and save you. So try as much of your time. Just even a week, just go to companies, make cold calls, and then trust me, it's going to pay off. Because now that I'm here, so in Ghana we have something called national service. I know in Nigeria it's NYSC or something. That was how I got my job. After my NSS to my next job too, I also did the same thing and it worked. You get it? So trust me, it's going to pay off. If not now, tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So we'll be going to the next person on our session, which is Mr. Daudi from Tanzania. So Mr. Daudi, oh yes, it's on the call. So to you also, can you share how you got into the industry? How was the transition? And your profile also shows that you are in the academia sector. How has it been in comparison to the regular engineering career path? Please, in 2 minutes, sir.
Okay, hello everyone.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you so much, Mercy, and all the organizers of this session, and thanks to all speakers for joining in the call and everyone who is in the call. I appreciate your presence here. So my name is Daudi Mrema, and my journey from the university to the industry, it wasn't that easy. It is the case for a lot of people because we have this saying in Africa that in most of the part, if you want to get into the job or into the industry, then you have to get to know someone, perhaps in the office, in order for them to connect you into the job or into the industry. The case is almost the same in my country, and it's not that hard. But the thing is, as Engineer Okeogene said before, you have to first find your purpose. You need to know what you want to do. But also, before you get into the industry or before you get into searching for a job, you need to know the basics, but also you need to add your skills so that you can become an outstanding person or a go-to guy when they want to select someone for a particular job. But also, one of the things that the university doesn't really teach us, which is very important nowadays when you are looking for a job or if you want to get into the industry, is soft skills. We can be energy engineers or petroleum engineers, but you can know all the basics and all the technicalities, but if you don't have a certain soft skills, it's very hard for you to get into certain offices. So it's very important to engage yourself into learning those soft skills and technicalities in order to get into the office. But also the difference between the industrial part and the academia part is that when you are dealing with the industrial part, you are mostly you must have the chances to perhaps visit sites, etc. For example, for myself, I was able to visit natural gas plants and also the eco project sites. But when you are in the academia, you know, dealing with students sometimes could be a bit hectic, but you need to position yourself with the knowledge, the best knowledge, in order to make sure that whatever you are sharing is actually valid and it's what's happening outside. So before getting into academia, you need to first get some industrial skills and industrial experience. For me, I suggest that in order to be able to share things that you have seen yourself in live scenario. I think that's the best way to present yourself. That's the best way to even add value to yourself and to those who you are trying to train to becoming into professionals in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that response. So can we okay, the host, please. I observed that two of our speakers are not co-hosts. I don't know if they'll be able to unmute if a question is thrown at them. So can we go on to Miss Winnie? So Miss Winnie, same question goes to you. How was it transitioning to the sector? And as someone in the sales part, what factors shaped that decision? Because going from engineering to commercial, especially that early, what factors shaped or influenced you in making this decision? And please, host, please can you make those Mr. Ayotunde and Mrs. Priscilla from Kenya co-host so they can unmute when it's time to speak. Thank you very much. Miss Winnie, you have the floor. Please, 2 minutes.
Thank you so much, Mercy. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Winnie from Spe Kenya section, and I'd like to thank Abuja section for the opportunity to be on this platform. So quickly answer your question, Mercy. Well, it started out with a typical mindset. I mean, most of us, it's not only natural, like from school, we are taught what to expect, but like somewhere along the way, you just realize some things are just equally interesting, like engineering solutions, how they apply in the real world situations. It's almost the same way, like I'll have my clients and just try to narrow down the engineering processes part of it, like to my managers, my clients, my fellow engineers in the industry. And I'll be honest, at first it felt like I was stepping away from what I studied. And there's always the question behind your head, am I still using my degree? But I just realized it wasn't leaving engineering, it was just leveraging it differently. And that was the turning point for me. So, not only focusing on the technical side, but also thinking how I can make my technical knowledge and my people skills without thinking that I'm changing careers. So, I just viewed it as an expansion, not a deviation. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that response. I particularly love the ending, which is you see it as an expansion and not leaving the industry. Okay, so can we go to Mr. Ayotunde? So Mr. Ayotunde is in the finance sector, the intersection of finance and energy, and we have a couple of people in this room that are not on the technical part too. So Mr. Ayotunde, just to confirm, is still on this call. Please, can
Yeah.
you share? Oh, thank you very much, sir. Can you share how you got into the industry beyond your bio? How was transition like? And how is it being in the industry as a non-technical person?
Okay. Thank you. Good day, everyone on the call. Um, I would say I entered the industry more with curiosity, basically, because my whole background is finance related. Um, and at the time, I wasn't even thinking energy expert. I was just thinking, where can I create value with what I know and practically give results. So the energy sector just happened to be one of a complex and high impact industry, particularly. And finance really plays a crucial part of it. I think the dynamic about it is the energy industry. Whenever someone hears about the energy industry, you just think they are engineers, you think about the hard arts, chemical engineers, you think about the offshore and the rigs. And nobody really thinks more about the support aspect of it, those who are actually making those activities functional. So I think that's where the aspect of finance and other aspects comes into play, like human resources, supply chain, and all. So the industry has been a dynamic one. It has been an interesting one, and I've realized over the time that I didn't need to be an engineer to work in the energy industry aspects. I just needed to understand enough in order to translate value and create value. So I just feel um, the whole energy industry, it shouldn't, well, it's majorly engineers, yeah. But I think the other non-technical aspects of it too should be proud of what they are doing within the industry. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that and for also keeping in time. So now let's go to Miss Priscilla from Uganda. Our audience should notice that we have speakers from different countries in Africa to share their wealth of knowledge with us. So, Miss Priscilla, please can you also share how was it like coming into this energy industry? And then you work at the intersection of data drilling and geology. How was it like choosing that area of expertise? Yes, what was your decision-making process like? Please remember, 2 minutes also.
Thank you very much for this. This has been or is a passion for me. Geology, especially, that is like understanding the subsurface, the expression of minerals, rocks, and everything within. And the combination, the fascination with adding this and understanding the patterns and predictability made me fall in love with tech. So I used to wonder when I was in my campus days, how could I join tech with the geology? And I've always kept a very open mind that if I don't get into the oil and gas field, if I don't get into the mining, if I don't get into the geology, I can at least use the technology that I've discovered, that I'm teaching myself, because the resources that are free, there is YouTube, there are books, there is GitHub and all that stuff that can help you grow. So this is what I look at it as, be open-minded, and if you don't go into one field, you can always use your skills, because technology, as I see it, is just a tool and a means to an end. And when I got into the field as mud logging, it gave me the exposure. It exposed me to a lot of things. So mud logging is the data center of the whole drilling operations, from the drilling to the casing. You look at all the operations at one go, and then you're connecting what the drilling operations are relating to these things. And as I transitioned from mud logger to data engineer, and also right now I'm doing a little bit of machine learning, you can easily do predictability and grow. So my whole point is, you're always a learner, you're always a student, you're willing to learn, you're willing to be flexible. The field was, I'm not really sure of what exactly I want to do in the oil and gas field, because it's very broad. You can't just say you want to be this, because it limits. If you just say and you want to just be a petroleum engineer, you're limiting yourself. You have to be open-minded and think abroad and be adaptable, because every skill can be trained. Every capability can easily be trained. You can be trained to be anything. Anything. You can be trained to be the company man. You can be trained to be the mud logger. You can be trained to be the fluid supervisor, mud engineer. All you have to do is you're flexible, you're willing to learn, and you're really curious and very excited about whatever you do. You have passion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Miss Priscilla. I think one thing that I have seen from all our speakers that have spoken, one is resilience and how every aspect is important. The sales engineer is important. The finance person is important. The finance sector is important. And so there are different sectors or parts that come together to form one whole body. So we have another speaker, but he's not on the call yet. So we'll come back to you, Mr. Kelvin. So when you were speaking, you mentioned cold mailing and cold calling. Please, can you share a bit on that for people that might just want to learn more about it and put it to practice? The right way to do it.
Okay, all right. So one thing that you have to take note is that don't be spamming the companies. First of all, don't be oversending the mails. That's one thing that you have to do, or you have to take note of. And then secondly, when you are sending the code mail, it should be very brief and concise. Very brief and concise. And then also you have to tell them about what you did in school. You have to include your projects. You have to also include any leadership role that you took when you were in school. But make sure that the mail that you are sending is very concise. But with the cold calling, with that, it takes a different form of approach. So when you call them, you have to first of all introduce yourself to them, and then also tell them, oh, is there an opportunity for an internship? Is there an opportunity? So because if you tell them that you actually need a job, they are going to move you or move you outside. Yeah, let me use that way. So just tell them, do you have any internship opportunity? I would like to do internship. So they'll say, submit a letter at our office. You can submit the letter via mail. But some too also tell you, no, we don't have any internship slots at the moment, so you can try elsewhere. But one thing that you have to know for sure is that when you are calling for the first time, move in with internship, because job, they are going to try and be a little bit difficult or hard on you, but move with the internship, because with internship you can go in anytime. So when you enter, that's when you are going to move to talk to the HR, talk to people in the higher position. Oh, I'll be done with the internship in about a month, in about 2 months time. If you tell me to go home, I don't have anywhere to go. I'm trying to make sure that I get the job, or even if you can extend my internship for me, then trust me, little by little, you get there. They are going to retain you. Even if they don't retain you, they'll recommend you to different people. They recommend you to a different friend or a company. Then you also be in the industry. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for that response. So if you are someone that is looking for an internship, you can take this tip for code mailing and code calling and reach out content. So the next person we have a question for, the next expert is Mr. Dowd, once again from Tanzania. So the question is, or there are two questions in one. One is, there is a lot of talk about sustainability and going green. Can you talk a bit on the future of fossil fuels? And at the same time, there's a question on innovative ideas, getting visibility for innovative ideas. Yes, sir. So that is your question. And please, we can start dropping specific questions in the chat box for our experts and professionals to address when the questions are exhausted. Thank you, sir. You can have the floor, Mr. Daudi.
Thank you, Mercy. Can you repeat the second part?
So the second question says, how can young professionals with innovative ideas get or give their ideas visibility? How do they get support or bring these ideas to life?
Okay, thank you so much once again. The first part of the question about sustainability, as we know that the whole world now is trying to turn away from using fossils and go green. So there have been a lot of initiatives taking place with different organizations, especially those dealing with climate issues and sustainable development, to make sure that actually this dream comes true or even close to true. So I remember last month, at the end of February, I had a session with Spe UDOM students chapter, and we were talking about carbon capture and carbon trading, and we spoke about this specific issue of on how we can achieve this goal of going fully green, and we came into an agreement that it may not be that possible to completely turn away from fossils, because at some point fossil fuels and even these petroleum products, we're still going to need them to make sure that we run these facilities that are going to get us into the green world. So we had an agreement that we can actually keep on moving towards green world, but still we need these fossils, because they are going to help us in one way or another into running the facilities and technologies, and even some of the infrastructures still are going to need fossils to make sure that the world keeps on running. And also for young professionals who want to actually present their idea about this issue, we do have different platforms that deal with sustainability and climate issues, to be more specific. And there are people and organizations, specifically big organizations and different companies that have been coming up who are trying to invest into this sustainability industry. And they actually want individuals with innovative ideas on how we can actually go about it. So the best way is to come up with first you have to research. You have to do your research to make sure that which what is the actual problem to tackle, and how you actually want to achieve this thing. But also you have to come up with a good proposal, a good project to convince these companies and these organizations that have invested into sustainability to buy your idea, so that they can actually, because they have the money to invest, but they only need to see your proposal and they need to see your ideas on how you can achieve this. So you need to research first to see how you can actually achieve this goal. At the same time, you have to make sure that it's beneficial, because if it has downsides, then maybe it could be a bit difficult for the investment. So you have to make sure that it's the risk is minimized, and the benefits are visible, to make sure that actually people and organizations and these companies investing into sustainability, they can actually buy your idea and invest into your project and make sure that the world keeps on running into the green world. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you once again. So now we have a question for Miss Priscilla. So the question is something around gender, that as a female trying to break into the industry, what advice would you have for her in channeling her path and channeling her career, if there's a specific one? Miss Priscilla? Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Hello?
Yes, we can
Hello.
hear you.
Thank you very much for this question. I kind of expected it. I think gender can shape how people experience the industry, especially in environments that have been previously male dominated for ladies, especially. And I understand there is this underestimation. You're tested more, you're expected to prove yourself repeatedly. But I think what helps is to be grounded in competence, that you know yourself, that you can do the job. So you don't need to care about what people are going to say, that maybe she's a girl, she can't do this. So in consistency, show up every day, whether the day is bad, just show up. Show up when you're sick. Okay, not when you're sick, but when you're down, just show up and have belief in yourself that yes, I can do this. Um, the confidence grows with time. You can start any role, but with a lot of fear, but with time, this confidence will grow. You realize that even experts have taken years, they have 20 years experience. They also were learners. At one point, you didn't know anything. There is someone who was guiding you through this process. I would take an example of driving. Driving, you first go to a driving school, you're using the wrong lane, you don't know how to use the signs properly. But with time, as with the confidence, your confidence grows the more you drive. It's the same with the work. With time, your confidence repeats, it continues coming. And this comes up with consistency and self-belief. With consistency, self-belief, you have to speak clearly about your objectives. You have to be showing up with discipline, have discipline in whatever you're doing. You're doing your things right. You're speaking up what you feel like. You're picking up if you have your opinions. It's not bad to voice them out. You have to have resilience. Resilience really matters. Uh, Not sometimes the burden of doing the work, but also being seen fairly by others. So my advice to young professionals, especially the women, is to build real competence. Don't just scream and cry, but just build the confidence. It should be shown in the work. Your results really speak for themselves. And on your space, don't really shrink yourself and be like, I can't do this. Just show up, come and show up, get that spanner and fix that machine, the equipment. If it's coming to uh, computing, your results should really come up and show. And yeah, seek environment. Okay, another thing I've also seen that really helps is seeking environments where with mentors, there are very many ladies, not really many, but at the field, there are other ladies. I would say like a community of different ladies for the support from each other. We have to work together, support each other, and be there for each other. And if we have more ladies being inspired into the industry, we can really make a big difference. And it will never be another issue, a very big issue, if we have very many ladies in the industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that question. What I picked from your response is really there's no difference. You just have to continue showing up and be consistent. There's no difference between the male and then the female. Yeah. So now we'll go ahead to Mr. Ayotunde. Yes, sir. So, sir, your question would be, is there any challenge or struggle that non-technical professionals face in the industry? Is there a limitation to their career path? How can that be corrected? Yes, sir. So that is the question.
Okay. Thank you. So, if I'm saying challenges, yes, there are quite some few challenges for non-technical people entering the energy industry, because the energy industry is perspective or is seen to be engineering aspect of work. So, for a non-engineer or non-technical person entering the industry, I don't think nothing disqualifies you from entering the industry, but you just have to know your purpose in entering the industry. I think that's a very required diligence. The industry is not just engineering; it's finance, it's strategy, it's risk, it's commercial. There are various aspects of it. It's a broad aspect, but though the engineering aspect is the front facing. And okay, so my advice is just learn the value chain of the industry, know how energy is produced, how it's sold, how it's monetized, and you'll be counted to be valuable within the industry. And also be comfortable, mostly be comfortable asking I would say dumb questions early in the stages. Yeah, they can see it as dumb questions, but because you are not an engineer, you don't understand the technical jargons and all. So it might look dumb to the engineers or to the technical guys, but it's you really understanding what is going on and getting the basics at that stage of the early phase of your career. Also, you have to position yourself as a translator between the technical aspect and the business things. Meaning, if you really understand what the technical person is saying, then you can translate it into figures. And this also goes more into translating into business decisions. To say if there are hindrances for career growth for non-technical, I would say yes as well. Because like I said earlier, the industry is seen to be an engineering front-facing prospect. So when a non-technical person comes into place, they actually seen mostly as a support. And I would say we are not really a support. We are actually the business engineer, the business engine of the business, or how will I say, the engine of the real business itself. Without the non-technical guys, it will be a much difficult task for the technical guys to carry out some activities. So I think I've answered your question to a good extent. Do I?
Yes, you are.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
you are.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much, sir. Once again, you can drop questions, specific questions in the chat box for the speakers. We are seeing them, but please let's keep them quick. Yes. So the next question is for Miss Winnie from Kenya. So the question is, as someone early in your career, although you branched to sales, how do you or how does one stay competitive?
All right, thank you. So, well, it's quite I don't know, a jargon, I might say. So, right now, I would say I'm focusing on consistency rather than trying to do everything at once. So it's a work in progress, like working on improving how I would communicate, staying informed about industry trends, and gradually building skills that complement my background also. So, and I've also realized that visibility really matters. It's not just about what you know, but also about being present in the right spaces and letting people know and see what you also bring to the table, I'd say. And yeah, it's something I'm still getting used to, putting myself out there more. So for me, staying competitive is just about continuous learning and showing up consistently and being open to opportunities, even the ones that don't look like exactly what I expected. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Just to re-emphasize one thing you said and one thing Mr. Yotunde said, and speakers have been saying in the school is consistency. And one major thing Mr. Yotunde said from his last response is that as a non-technical person, you should give yourself to continuous learning, like ask the dumb questions. It's fine at the beginning, it will be like that, but as you grow, you get better at it. So, Mr. Kelvin, we have one question for you. Now we are going another
Okay,
round. So this question
okay,
is from the chat box.
okay.
Please hold on while I read it. Please. So the question is from Gideon. I
All
would
right.
try to summarize it. So it's saying that some young professionals, they have the qualification, they have the skill, they have the technical expertise, open-mindedness, willingness to learn. They find themselves at the other side of no opportunity or lack of visibility. Would we say that their skills are not enough, or what would you say in this situation? Sir, just to confirm, did you get the question?
Yes, I got you right, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will not say their skills are not enough. Yes, because they've already put in the effort. They have all the soft skills. They have all the things that will distinguish them from their peers. However, they are not still getting the visibility. Yes. So I would say that sometimes you have to go through the mud in order for you to rise and get to the top. Okay. Because all our paths are not the same. Some people immediately after school they will get job. Some people immediately after school they are going to struggle, try, move from one point to another before they finally land on their job. But in as much as you go through all these things, you are not supposed to give up. You are not supposed to lose hope. You have to be very persistent. You have to keep moving forward. If you hear about any conference, if you hear about any what's the name? Normally we have training fairs, we have programs that they normally organize. You have to make sure that you go there. You have to talk to people. Just try and be building the connections. So assuming your visibility is not pushing enough, you just continue to make the connections, speak to people. The moment you try to feel relaxed or lose hope, that's when everything begins to crumble. Okay. So I won't say that you are not putting in the effort. You are putting in the effort, but still don't give up. Try and push. And at the end of the day, you are going to come out at the brighter side. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that response. So if you're that one person, you just have to keep pushing, because one day, definitely, your win is going to come. And as our team says, digital roughneck, a roughneck is someone that does like a lot of manual labor. So just be that person, keep pushing, attend events just like this one, learn, and your win is definitely around the corner. So the next question, let me go ahead to Miss Priscilla. So, Miss Priscilla, The question is, when you were speaking, you mentioned something on mentors, have people in the industry you look up to. How can young professionals get those people and learn from them?
Thank you, Mercy. Most times there is I think it's also misleading if we just tell young people to look for mentors because many mentors and many professionals have realized everyone comes to you, a stranger comes to you to say, I want to be your mentor, which is also kind of weird. It makes the whole relationship weird. What I would say is you build uh, relationships with time. You build relationships. Mentorships could start from your college professors, because also these people have a lot of a diverse network of people in the industry. You start with your professors. They look at work you're already doing, something you're working on, and you need someone to guide you on it. Maybe you reach out to someone asking on guidance on something that you're already doing. You don't just come up to someone and say, "Oh, I want a mentor. Oh, can you be my mentor?" Most times, most of the best mentorships come from someone seeing your potential and they want to make the potential better. And you, as a person, what can you do about it? You start by developing the core competences yourself, the core disciplines by yourself. You can start with doing a project, you can start by doing some research, and then you reach out when you need specific questions. So with time, the person realizes that, oh, there is something here, and they really want to guide you. I feel that is the best way of getting mentors, people who really want to guide you along the way, along your journey. And you learn communication skills. One of the other thing is you look at what problems you want to solve. You ask the question, what problem do you have? And how can I be of help? Along the journey, as you're solving these problems, there are people who always want to jump on to join the board. They want to join you on that journey that you're doing. I believe that is the best way of building relationships within the industry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that response. Yes, one sentence, I'll probably say a moving man would meet his luck. So just continue building, and then you would find people going in the same direction or people that have walked the same paths you plan to walk in, and then they will direct your path. So, one more question, Mr. Ayotunde, for our non-technical people. So the question is, are there specific platforms, training, certifications that you can recommend? And for people designed to come into the sector as a non-technical person, what would you recommend? Probably something you didn't know when you were coming into the sector, just to stay relevant and to build their career very well.
Okay, sorry, can you take the questions again? I think
Okay. So the question says, are there any specific platforms, training, or certifications that you would recommend to non-technical people that desire to get into the energy industry? And what skills or what competence should they focus on that would give them leverage? And also, because question also says, what's like one thing you didn't know when you were coming in and that you would like the next generation to know as they would love to come in as a non-technical person?
okay, thank you. Talking about trainings and platforms, I think one thing about having certifications is you just have the certificate, so you don't have to develop more with the soft skills. I think having platforms like this, I think SP is a very good platform to have. Joining organizations, associations which aligns with your goals and your purpose would help you in order for you to network. You network with people of like minds, and it will give you more access and more visibility within the industry, which will probably open doors or make ways for you in getting into the industry particularly. So for skills, I would say skills, in particularly for non-technical, I think a very important skill right now is the technology aspect. Talking about artificial intelligence, digital, AI, and you can also more train yourself in probably I would say environment also. HSC is a very important aspect of the industry, and it's something in which if you okay before I enter the industry, particularly in my finance aspect, we do HSC, but HSC wasn't something so important. I think that was like a shocker for me when I got into the industry, and then I realized HSC is very important. Every single thing you do, you must first consider what is the safety, the HSC and Q of aspect of it. So having skills and building yourself on those kind of skills and competencies will give you rooms and visibility and more entry. So saying what I didn't know before entering the industry, there are a lot of things in the industry that I probably didn't know. I would say most people just say upstream, downstream, midstream. We don't really understand. Non-technical people probably didn't really understand those dynamics, those technicalities. When you come about and then they start talking about FPSOs and so many various things. So I think the future belongs to people who can basically combine their technical awareness with their business thinking and then mix the data and then create value from those things in particularly. And I would say having certifications, yeah, probably might open door for you, but the soft skills, the other components of what you have will keep you in the room and make you valuable and make you stand out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that. So, Emmanuel, I see your question on for someone that wants to join, what is the first step they should take to enter the energy ecosystem? I guess I'll go back on this because he has shared on it already. So, we have a question from Fabian that says, how can someone transition from the industry to the academia? Which is the next question I have for Mr. Dowdy. Please, are you still on the call, sir? Mr. Dowdy from Tanzania.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. So, can I rephrase the question and combine it with Fabian's question and then you answer it together?
Okay.
So, your profile shows us that you have worked across regulation, engineering, and academia. An emphasis today has been consistency. So how can someone build a diverse career like that without losing focus? And also, how can someone get into the academia from the industry without losing that industry technical background?
Okay, thank you. Something about building a diverse career is something that's been a hot topic in so many sessions. And I remember I was attending one session in 2024. It was an engineering training that was actually organized by Water Institute in my country. And the facilitator, she asked us a question on the very first day that who do you want to be? And so I remember when it came to my turn, I told the group that I am aspiring to, although I'm a petroleum engineer, but my aspiration is to be an all-out engineer. That is to make sure that I get to know different aspects of engineering, not only petroleum or oil and gas or energy, but also I want to know about mechanical, I want to know about electrical, even a bit to make sure that I can actually expand my horizon when it comes to working into different offices and tasks. And there was a time that I had to work as a telecommunications engineer with a Chinese company. So you can imagine that I'm a petroleum engineer, but then I was hired into a telecommunications office. Now, the one thing that I learned, in order to make sure that you can diverse your career, or you can fit into different aspects, whether it's in engineering or the whole career, just make sure that you keep on learning different fields. You can be an energy engineer, you can be a petroleum engineer, you can be a mechanical engineer, you can be an electrical engineer, but you can still learn something from another field. You can be an engineer, but you can still learn about business and economics and entrepreneurship, because right now we are being taught to actually make sure that we can turn our engineering into business. And different people, different engineers nowadays have been starting different companies. Even these people who start construction companies or oil and gas companies, they have some basics about that line of business. That's why they are going to start it. So the only secret that I can share from my experience is to make sure that you learn. Just continue learning, because learning doesn't stop where you are. Just make sure that you get out of your comfort zone. You learn something new from a different field, from a different line, from a different career. That's how you can fit into any career. You can diverse your career into different aspects. Also, about transitioning from the industry or from the field to academia, as I said earlier on, that in order to transition well, you need to learn about the industry first, the industrial part and the technicalities, so that when you are going to the academia, you can present something that you have actually witnessed. So if you're moving, for example, if you're a petroleum engineer or if you're an oil and gas engineer, and you're moving, let's say, from being the site engineer to becoming a lecturer in oil and gas engineering, just before you get there, just make sure that you get something about site engineering. Make sure that you see what's happening in the field, continue learning about it, continue researching, just consume that experience, so that when you move to the academia, what you share is what you have actually seen, so it becomes even more valid. So the biggest secret in both questions, in both parts of the question, is to keep on learning. Get out of your comfort zone, just continue learning different aspects, and you can easily diverse your career, and you can easily transition into any career and field. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that. Fabian, I hope you're able to pick your answer from that. So for the next person, we would have Miss Winnie. Yes. Please, are you still on the call?
Yes, I am, Mercy.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes. So the question is, your profile shows that you've been active in the SPE. Please, can you just share with us how it has been beneficial to your career? Yes, most especially that.
All right, thank you, Mercy. So for me, SPE has really been about access to people, information, perspective. I mean, we're here and we're sharing all kinds of exchanges, useful ones. And coming from a place where industry exposure is not always easy to get, SPE has created the environment where you can actually see what the industry looks like beyond the classroom. We've gone to events, conferences, and everything where you find engineers that have diversed into leadership, into business. So, and you understand how different career paths actually play out in real life. So, in the context of my career, networking probably has been the major, the basis of how I ended up here, and just seeing how, it's not a matter of just staying with a degree that founded you. So I became open-minded and saw that it is still okay. It's still okay to diverse a little bit, and as long as I think it's something you enjoy and you stay open-minded, my mindset shift was important, and that's how SB has been beneficial. The people I've met, how I've read their minds, and how I've interacted with them, and seeing that it's not always a clear path. At some point, you have to be open to more. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question, for that answer. So we'll be going on to some questions on the chat box just to acknowledge them, but they've been answered. So Christopher had a question on young professionals finding it difficult to get into the energy industry, and especially someone that studied geology. I'm sure Mr. Kelvin already had answered that, and Mr. Yotunde in a way. Also, Isioma has a question on resilience in the sector. Is it about the mindset alone, or are we ignoring issues that young professionals cannot control? I believe Mr. Kelvin has also answered that. So, one last question. This is directed to Mr. Kelvin.
Okay.
So, sir, the question, or the first phase of the question, is what do you know now that if you knew when you were starting out would have made your journey smoother and easier? Yes, that is
Okay.
the main question.
The first. Oh, that's the whole question.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Oh,
So
can I add to it?
okay,
I
sure.
skipped to the
Go
main
ahead.
part. It's if you could start your career again,
Okay.
what would you do different?
Okay. So I will talk about the soft skills. So one thing that when I got into the industry, I realized was that the soft skills that you have play a huge role. It even goes a long way. I would even say the soft skills that you have will even supersede the technical qualities at some times. At some points, I stand to be corrected though, because your communication skills play a lot, how you react to situations, sometimes how to able to talk to people, how to digress projects also comes in. And then one thing that I also realized is that you have to know something, just learn something. Being a graphic designer or something, because in the industry, in your company, sometimes they'll tell you to design something, they'll tell you to do something, which is part of. So assuming I'm a petroleum engineer, but I know how to design. When it comes to graphic designing too, I know how to do it. So with this, it is part of me now. But when I was in school, I didn't know how to design. I wasn't a graphic designer. But someone would say, I'm a petroleum engineer. Why should I learn how to do graphics? Why should I learn how to edit videos? It will amaze you that when you go to the industry, there will be some time that people will tell you that, oh, do you know how to do this particular thing? Do you know how to use this software, AutoCAD? Do you know how to use CMD? Do you know how to use Petrol? all these things will come back to you, and you'll be like, oh, when I was in school, they taught us, but I didn't take it serious. And then you realize that, oh, I should have taken this thing serious. So my advice is that whatever skill, whatever tool that you are being taught in school, even if they didn't teach you in school, you have to make sure that you learn it. Everything is on the internet. Just go to YouTube. You can learn everything. Sometimes don't wait for your lecturers, don't wait for someone to tell you to do or to learn this thing before you begin to do it. It will amaze you that, or it will shock you that some things that you study right now, it's not going to materialize right now. But trust me, in future, you'll be like, oh, so this thing that I learned some time ago is now paying off. Do you get it? Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is what I just put across. If you have any
Thank
questions, you
you.
can still ask me though.
Please, I didn't get your last statement.
I'm saying if someone is not still getting it, he can still let me know, or she can still let me know, and then I'll
Okay, okay.
digest better.
So thank you very much, sir, for that. So let's ask one of our female speaker that same question. So Miss Priscilla, if you were to start your career again today, what would you do different? Is she still on the call?
What would I? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still here. Yeah. What would I do different? I feel like what I know what I know now that I wish I knew earlier was um it's the same advice I've given myself over and over again, but I shouldn't just be static and wait for an opportunity or just be blindly applying. I should be proactive, take a more proactive approach that even if I don't really land here in this field specifically, I can literally thrive elsewhere. What do I mean is which projects can I start? Which initiatives can I do on myself? Can I do? What am I giving back to the community? I cannot be thinking about myself. I want a job. I want this career. I want this path. I want to think in more terms of what problems am I looking out to solve? What do I really want to solve? And I think that is what would actually further build a bigger purpose. Where do I look at myself in the next 5 years or in the next 2 years? And I would build on that. And I would say, which problems does the people in the industry facing? And I would really want to try to look for things to solve them. And in that way, I wouldn't really be focused on if I don't get this, I'm going to get depressed. If I don't get this is the end of me. But having a very big aspect. And the second would be to be more engaged in the community activities. For example, now like in SPE, reaching out more, building more relationships, doing more of events, building skills more. I would say in the beginning, I would be terrified of the skills that maybe I've learned something to a greater extent, but I'm very scared about applying it. Or maybe I've learned a new program, I've learned the new Power BI or Tableau, and I'm not really as confident. I feel like I cannot do the job. I feel like that's back in the right now, whether it's just 20%, anything can be taught. Just be learnable, teachable, and flexible. Thank you. I hope that brings it out.
Thank you very much, Miss Priscilla. It has been such an insightful conversation. Thank you to all of the speakers. Even though this is not your appreciation yet, but it's been such an insightful conversation. Just to confirm, I'm not leaving any question out. If your question was not answered, now is your time to probably drop it or drop a reaction. So thank you, everybody. Please hold on while I go to the next agenda. So I'm sure, okay, everybody, even the presentation carries it. So this is hosted by the Society of Petroleum Engineers, Abuja YP section. And one thing that almost all of our speakers mentioned is the importance of having a network. Yes, the importance of having a network. From the first speaker to everybody on the panel session, they mentioned networking, they mentioned attending events, and the Society of Petroleum Engineers is a great association, a great community to join, to have a family of people in the energy industry to help your growth. So if you would like to join the Society of Petroleum Engineers, you can take a screenshot of this and send Emmanuel a message to join the Abuja YP community. Yeah. So one more time, can we drop reactions for our speakers to appreciate them? Let's keep it coming. Reactions, let's appreciate them. It's not easy giving 2 hours of your time to the younger professional. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Please take the screenshots if you need to do it, or you send the admin a message on the WhatsApp group. So once again, we want to say thank you to all of our speakers, the guest speakers, the speakers on the panel session, SP Chad, SP Tanzania, SP Kenya, SP Uganda, SP Ghana, SP Nigeria. Some of these people responded to us within a short period of time, and it's amazing collaborating, and we look forward to doing more of this. Thank you very much. I would hand over to the YP chair just for him to bring the meeting to the close. Mr. Chisom, please, you have the floor.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much, Mercy. It's quite a pleasure to have everybody on the call from across 6 countries. It's been so fantastic hearing the different views and experience from our friends as well as our co-SP members from these countries. It begs the question about our purpose, and seemingly so our resilience to pursue them regardless of what we face at the moment. I'd like to simply thank everybody on the call.
Mr. Chisom, please,
hope...
your network is breaking. We can't really hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Mr. Chisom, please, did you get that?
Confirm that you can hear me now.
Oh, yes, we can hear you.
Oh, apologies. I was speaking into the open air. I didn't know that. Oh, God. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you, Chisom.
Okay, is this better now?
Yes,
yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, thank you. I was speaking into the open mic and I didn't know that it wasn't really getting to everyone. I want to simply thank each and every of our speakers from across the 6 countries who joined in, taking their busy schedule to fill up this program and also be with us. It's an honor for us, and also it's a point to collaborate. And like we say, many of the lessons should be about us also networking beyond our country borders. And I'm hoping that we have achieved this, and you should look out for the summary of this on our LinkedIn pages, where we would share the insights gained from this particular event. And I'd like to also simply thank Mercy, the LOC chair, as well as the other crews who work tirelessly to ensure that we deliver quite a very successful and high-level discussion of this magnitude. So thank you. And as you return back to your businesses, stay safe until next time when we have even a bigger and a larger country contingent. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. A round of applause for our chair. And just for a minute, hello? I apologize, I was speaking and was muted. So thank you very much, Mr. Chisom. Thank you once again to all our speakers. Just to confirm, does any of our speakers have anything to say or address before we put the call to an end? Okay, okay. So yes, Mr. Kelvin, you can go ahead, then Mr. Dowdy would go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Please go ahead, Mr. Kelvin. Sir, you are muted, please, if you are speaking.
Oh,
Yes. Or can Mr. Dowdy go ahead, please? Hello?
Merci, thank you. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I just want to appreciate and thank you and all the organizers for this event from Abuja section, YP's department. Thanks to my brother Chisom and my fellow speakers for your time and your insights. And thank everyone for your insightful questions. I hope that all of us have learned a thing or two that's going to help us into channeling to a better future. And so I would like to encourage that we keep on connecting, we keep on preparing sessions like these ones to keep on learning, to keep on helping each other, to make sure that we all create a better world and a better future. So thank you so much, Chisom, thank you, Mercy, and all the organizers. And thank you, everyone in the call. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that. Mr. Kelvin, please, you can
yeah.
have the
Hello.
floor and then we bring it to an end.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you all can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great, excellent. So what I wanted to say is that do not wait for the perfect condition before you start. Yeah, you have to take initiatives even when the path is not clear. Okay, and then use every opportunity to learn and gain exposure. And then you also have to focus on building both the technical depth and then the adaptability. Because in the industry, you have to make sure that you are versatile. Don't say that, oh, I study petroleum or I study MEG, so I'm only concentrating on MEG. Be versatile. Just make sure you continue to learn day in and day out. And then most importantly, position yourself intentionally because the industry will continue to evolve with or without you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for that closing words. And thank you, everybody. Please enjoy the rest of your day and see you soon. Bye.